Good evening, friends. Welcome to the session. Let me just load the pictures as well. I wish you all have a very good, very good day. So there's a lot of news that we'd like to tell you. Uh, and yeah, so hope all of you are, sort of relaxing at home. And let me start with the first piece of news. So welcome, Sunita, and always nice to see you. And we'll start with the first piece of news. So we're talking about Annamalai has started his own YouTube channel. So it's very interesting. Annamalai has started his own YouTube channel where he has started communicating. So the best way to communicate to people, public, the common man, is through social media, either X or through uh, YouTube. So this is, I think, a good move by him. But of course, if translation is not there, people will find it difficult. Usually, Google always has the translation version. So let's hope that it will spread far and wide. Now speaking about the first piece of news. Now, former Tamil Nadu BJP President Annamalai has criticized the extensive security arrangements planned for the upcoming NEET UG re-examination, arguing that they could increase stress among students rather than ease concerns about exam integrity. The NEET retest scheduled for June 21st will be conducted under enhanced security protocols that include multiple layers of surveillance, monitoring by central authorities, and also biometric verification, facial recognition checks, intensified frisking procedures. So Annamalai said such measures, though intended to prevent paper leaks and malpractice, may place an additional psychological burden on candidates who have already spent months preparing for the exam. Now, while acknowledging the need to strengthen safeguards after previous controversies surrounding the exam, he questioned whether the scale of security arrangements was appropriate. He argued that the longer entry procedures, increased scrutiny, and extended examination related requirements could heighten anxiety among the students and undermine efforts to reduce exam stress. He also pointed to reported issues related to admit card access and said that authorities should focus on addressing operational concerns while ensuring a fair examination process. He maintained that effective solutions should protect the integrity of the exam without creating new difficulties for the candidates. The remarks have sparked debate over the balance between examination security and student welfare ahead of the exam. Now, as you see, the criticism regarding the security arrangement for the NEET UG 2026 exam stems from a fundamental conflict between the need for absolute exam integrity, which is what the present government wants, and the psychological well-being of the students, which is also of concern, but more to the parents and of the children. Now, following the cancellation of the original exam due to widespread allegation of paper leaks, the government implemented a military-grade security apparatus. While intended to restore public trust, critics like Annamalai argue that the execution creates a high-pressure environment that is counterproductive. So, what are we talking about? The security measures are, when we say that security measures are extensive. We are talking about multi-layered physical security, which is two-tier CRPF and CRSF escorts, and Indian Air Force involvement in logistics, and four-layer AI-enabled CCTV monitoring, and multi-stage frisking, biometric, and facial recognition checks. Now, critics argue that subjecting 18-year-old students to the level of scrutiny, which feels more like a security operation than an academic assessment, can create an atmosphere of anxiety and fear rather than one of calm focus. Now, Annamalai specifically pointed out that increased time spent on complex security procedures and an extension of the overall exam duration, which is from 180 to 195 minutes, add significant mental load to students who are already exhausted from months of intense preparation. Contradiction also is that the criticism highlights a perceived disconnect between these methods and the NEP, which is the National Education Policy 2020, which aims to reduce exam stress for students. Critics feel the government's approach sacrifices the students' peace of mind to compensate for the system's failure to prevent leaks in the first place. Another point, also very important point, many observers including some students and commentators, have argued that securitizing the exam venue does not address the systematic vulnerabilities such as corruption in the chain of custody of question papers or the reliability of the testing agency itself. There is concern that these measures are band-aid solutions that punish the students for the failure of the administration. Now, the government, in its defense, argue that after the massive breach of trust caused by the initial paper leak, restoring the credibility of the exam is the top priority, which I 100% agree with. These measures are necessary to ensure a leak-free examination. Strict protocols are common in other large-scale, high-stake global entrance exams, such as China's Gaokao. The measures are temporary, one-time intervention and meant to safeguard the merit of the candidates. Ultimately, this concerns the extreme pressure on India's massive high-stakes examination system, where the demand for a fair leak-proof process often clashes with the reality of how these processes impact the mental health of millions of young aspirants. Now, here I would like to say, very importantly, is that when we were students, it was very important for us that papers should not leak. The question papers should not leak, because, it's talking about months of studying so hard. And finally, when papers leak, all this goes to waste. And now I'm talking about serious students who've got, a passion for doing well. And it's these people that the government is addressing, because some, as you know, corruption brings about a lot of, people who are, trying to make money through this process. And these people are, you cannot control them. They could be in any part of the world doing this. Okay. So we can't say that while we agree that what Annamalai is saying is that children should not be stressed, but we cannot agree to the fact that the, exam fairness should be compromised. So this is, I'm 100% with the government in that, this sort of process, even if it takes about 10 or 15 minutes more, doesn't matter. And let me tell you one thing very clearly, is that Indian children are a very brave lot. They face every kind of obstacle, very well. So let us not go into the psychological impact and all that and try to divert the issue. 100% I'm telling you that what the government is doing under strict rules and scrutiny is the best thing that is happening to the children now. So let's just take some comments. Sunita says, ma'am, this leakage happened not for the first time. Yes, exactly. It's happened so many times. See, Sunita, and to all the others who are listening, there are many unscrupulous people who are always trying to, sell question papers. So it's not that. Now let us look at the safety and the, the mental state of the children. Because when they study so hard and they write their exams, they want their exam papers to be, corrected, in all fairness. And then all these people who come, and then you see in another context, if you look at it, opposition is always trying to find loopholes, to make the children angry with the government. And they call this, the Gen Z, population who are very angry and all. Nobody is really angry. Okay. If you stop all this corruption that's happening on, the sidelines, when Modi is trying his best, to bring a clean governance and trying to clean everything, these kind of things should not be allowed. And what he and the government are doing, the education minister is doing, I think is the best thing happening to the students now. So let's move on to the next piece of news. So, yeah, one second. So this is also concerned with Annamalai. So let's take the next point. Yeah, now Annamalai has sparked political debate with his remarks linking recent crimes in the state to migrant workers. So this has become a huge issue now. Yeah. So now apparently he has said that, he has sparked a debate with remarks linking recent crimes in the state to migrant workers from northern India, a stance that observers say marks a shift from his political messaging after his departure from the BJP. Reacting to a series of recent incidents involving crimes against women and children, including cases in which migrant workers were arrested, Annamalai argued that the Tamil Nadu lacks an effective system to monitor and document incoming migrant laborers. He called for a comprehensive registration and tracking mechanism to help authorities identify workers and improve public safety. In a statement on social media, he cited several criminal cases from recent months and questioned whether employers, contractors, and government agencies were maintaining adequate records of workers arriving from other states. While acknowledging that labor migration is a normal economic phenomenon, he maintained that better oversight was necessary to prevent crime and strengthen law enforcement efforts. The remarks have attracted attention because Tamil Nadu's political landscape has historically been shaped by debates around regional identity, language, and relations between northern and southern India. Commentators noted that Annamalai's repeated references to North Indian migrants have prompted discussion about whether he's adopting themes traditionally associated with the regional political discourse in the state. His comments have also drawn criticism from those who argue that criminal acts should be addressed on an individual basis rather than linked to a person's place of origin. The controversy has added a new dimension to ongoing discussions about migration, public safety, and identity politics in Tamil Nadu. So this is another issue that has come up. Welcome, Leena, and welcome, Krishnan. Why, ma'am, are you talking on Annamalai and still Rajgopal? I think you missed the session that was yesterday. So kindly, go back to the video that has been released yesterday, and you could watch it, Krishnan. And comment from Leena: Bangladesh and Rohingyas must be in Tamil Nadu. They should be deported. Conversions occurring in that state. And actually, Leena has just precisely, just voiced out what I've been also thinking. See, because I feel that Annamalai's words have been misinterpreted. As you know, a lot of the media, whether in Tamil Nadu or rest of India, had this, thirst for misinterpretation of what people say. Now, even if you, say something, they'll just cut and clip certain parts of it and show it to the, audience, or if it comes in print, they put that in print. So one thing is that today, half of the media I cannot trust, okay, because they are not telling you the truth. When Annamalai says this, how are you not sure that he was talking about Bangladeshis and Rohingyas? So why are you jumping to the fact that he is only talking about North India? So when you say that he is talking about workers from North Indian states such as Bihar and Jharkhand, and that he has demanded that the Tamil Nadu government implement a comprehensive registry to monitor the background, residence, and workplace of migrant labor. Now, in this case, whether even if it's talking about laborers coming in from Bihar and Jharkhand and other states, why is it wrong for the government, to not have registries? Why can't this all be made foolproof? Now, even if the critics are saying that he's trying to make a north-south divide, why can't you take it in the right sense and see that everything is coming out and it should be put properly on paper? Okay, my 100% the thing is that Annamalai is referring to Bangladeshis and Rohingyas, because I remember in Kerala when these there was an influx of Bangladeshis and Rohingyas, and what happened was a lot of these households were employing these labor because they were cheap, and they found them very hardworking. So what happened was there was a lot of crime happening in Kerala at that time, and it was all pointed out that the crime was being committed by these people. Now it is very, very clear that Annamalai is referring to such crime. Okay, now let us not distort what he is saying and try to put him in a wrong light. When he is saying follow the rules, put all this thing down, and make sure that all this is there, everything is checked, and all their background There is a registry which has a complete background, details of his residence and workplace of migrant labor. It's very important. For example, you have some, maids working in your house or people working in your house. You should know from where they are coming, and you should know that who are these people that you're employing. You should not be looking at how much they cost, because it could be dangerous to you and your family as well. So this is something I totally agree with Annamalai, that whoever is coming to into the state, we're all Indians, but still everybody should have the right papers, isn't it? First, implement national registry of citizens pan India, and then you can do it at state level. Absolutely, well, very well said, Neil, and thank you for that. So now moving on to the next piece of news. Now the Goa Health Minister Vishwajit Rane has alleged that Congress leader Rahul Gandhi once shouted at his mother Sonia Gandhi during a meeting witnessed by Rane's father, a former Goa Chief Minister Pratap Singh Rane. The claim was made during a podcast interview and was later amplified by BJP leaders on social media. So now this is something that has come up now. And okay, let me just take a comment from Lena. When these workers enter your house, you're vulnerable because they know what is inside your house. And yes, a lot of crime has happened like this. Very well said, Lena. Yeah. So now moving on to the Sonia Gandhi Rahul issue. According to Vishwajit Rane, his father was present when the alleged incident took place and was reportedly surprised by Rahul Gandhi's behavior. Rane said his father later recounted the episode to family members and expressed disappointment over what he had witnessed. The Goa minister used the anecdote to question Rahul Gandhi's personal conduct and leadership qualities. He further argued that the respect for one's parents reflects a person's values, stating that someone who does not respect their own mother cannot be expected to show respect for the nation. His remarks were made as a part of a broader criticism of Congress leadership. The allegation has attracted political attention because Vishwajit Rane himself was previously associated with Congress before joining BJP in 2017. His father, Pratap Singh Rane, remains one of Goa's most prominent Congress figures and served as the state's chief minister multiple times. As of reports cited, we are looking at why he is referring to this old political allegation that gained renewed traction now. Now, Rane, the health minister of Goa, alleged that Rahul shouted at his mother during a meeting witnessed by his father, former Goa Chief Minister Pratap Singh Rane. This claim was, subsequently amplified by the BJP leaders. So this is something, what is happening is that if you were to ask the absolute truth, if he is doing this, and if Rane has asked such a question, isn't he correct? What is wrong in what he has asked, isn't it? So this is something that is not surprising. If Rane has asked that question, I don't know why these people are getting upset if this actually happened, isn't it? So let me just take a few comments. Lena says, yes, this we've already taken. Now moving on to the next piece of news. We're talking about the controversy surrounding Kala Hiran, the battle for legacy, which has intensified after actor Sonia Mishra alleged that the film was designed to portray Salman Khan in a negative light. The film is widely reported to be inspired by the 1998 black buck poaching case involving the Bollywood star and is currently facing legal challenges from Salman Khan's team. Now, Sonia Mishra, who previously worked with Salman Khan in Sikandar, said he was initially cast to play the lead role in Kala Hiran and had completed 2 days of shooting before deciding to leave the project. According to the actor, he was not informed at the outset about the film's alleged one-sided narrative. He claimed that the project progress, he was asked to publicly criticize Salman Khan as part of promotional activities and contractual obligations which he considered unethical. Now, Mishra stated that he did not want to be associated with a film that, in his view, appeared focused on damaging the image of a real individual without presenting a balanced perspective that he felt was untrue. So he also alleged that Salman Khan's permission had not been obtained for the use of elements that closely resemble the actor's public persona. The first look teaser of the film features a character named Ayan Khan, who bears several similarities to Salman Khan, including a signature turquoise bracelet and visual references reminiscent of the actor's popular screen appearances. The teaser also introduces a character called Lion Bishnoi, portrayed as a powerful underworld figure seeking revenge against Ayan Khan, further fueling the speculation about the film's inspiration and intent. Now, veteran actor Govind Namdev, who appears in the film as a lawyer, has also distanced himself from the project. Namdev claimed that he was unaware the film would allegedly portray Salman Khan negatively and said he felt misled by the filmmakers regarding the nature of the story. He stated that he would not have participated had he known how the project would ultimately be presented. Meanwhile, Salman Khan's legal team has moved the Delhi High Court seeking to halt the film's release, arguing that if it infringes upon his personality rights and presents a defamatory portrayal, the court has issued notices to the filmmaker and scheduled further proceedings. The film's producer, Amit Jani, has rejected allegations that the project is intended to target Salman Khan. He has maintained that the movie is not a biopic and instead focuses on broader themes involving the Bishnoi community, wildlife conservation, and events inspired by publicly known incidents. As the dispute continues, Kala Hiran has become the center of a larger debate involving artistic freedom, personality rights, and the portrayal of real-life controversies in cinema. The allegations made by Sonu Mishra and Govind Namdev remain contested, while the film's future may depend on the outcome of the ongoing legal proceedings. So this is something, rather, funny, because I don't understand what Salman Khan really thinks. Now, if he is innocent, as he proclaims, then why is he bothered? If a film is showing something about a black buck, why is he scared? If something is, against him, and, if the movie is not, saying the truth, at that time he can act, isn't it? Why is he just taking a trailer and, assuming that the movie is, intended to target him? So this is something rather amusing, and, I'm sure that a lot of the people will say that, why does Salman get scared all the time, isn't it? And Lena says he's not innocent. Absolutely. Everybody knows that. And everybody knows the kind of character Salman Khan has had over the years. Sushant Singh Rajput has completely exposed him. And there are many women who are, who have had, the sort of relationships with him, who are petrified of him and have also exposed it. So this is something, very, very true. Now, Goa BJP is very corrupt and takes in all Congress MLAs like Michael Lobo. Then they arrest Gautam Khattar for telling the story of St. Xavier's atrocities. All politicians linked to liquor pubs mafia, is what Neil says. So if we can, if you can show, any sort of facts with this regard, definitely we will also support you on this. Now, yes, as Dina said, he's not innocent. Same with Vishwajit Rani, sir, is what now Neil is saying. So with this, we end this session. We'll see you tomorrow with a lot more news. Good night. Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.